Hi, my name is Troy Zapata, and I'm the trainer for Integra Business Systems. So what we're going to be going over in this short video is how to scan in Identify.web version 4.0, how to scan loan documents, deposit documents, customer-driven documents like a tax return or financial statements or credit reports. Those documents are probably the documents that the customer's bringing into you and wanting to get those scanned into the system. Now you'll see once we scan those types of documents, those documents are never going to have a barcode. So those documents need to be separated. How are those documents separated? Well, those documents are separated by using what's called a separator sheet. If you look here on the screen, we have an identify breakdoc.pdf. All this is it's a generic barcode, basically. Generic barcode that can be used for any kind of documents you all are scanning, barcoded or non-barcoded in the same group. Give you an example. If I'm scanning a loan package, some of the documents are going to be barcoded. Some of the documents are not going to be barcoded. You don't have to sit there and separate your barcoded from your non-barcoded in this version of Identify 4.0. Scan everything together using the separator sheet. This is again is a generic barcode, and all it really does is it separates one document from another. Another example, I have a promissory note. Maybe that's a barcoded document. Then I have a non-barcoded document, say the application. As an example, non-barcoded, so I'm going to have my barcoded document on top, my separator sheet, then my non-barcoded document right after that. These are some of the examples that we're going to be going over in this demo here. So what I'm doing right now is I'm getting together my barcoded documents and my non-barcoded documents and placing a separator sheet between those documents. I'm placing these documents in the scanner, and I'm done using this separator sheet. I'm ready to start scanning. Now first off, before we actually get into scan, let's talk a little bit about the security. A lot of IT people are interested in the security, or the people that are setting up this system. Well, how do I configure someone to become a scanning person? Well, it's all assigned by rights. Just like you had Novell, you had group rights. Just in Active Directory, you have group rights as well. The same thing holds true with Identify.web 4.0. If you all use Active Directory, we can also use those same groups, and you just assign group rights as opposed to individual rights. Let's suppose in this training scenario that I'm part of a loan group. I do have the rights to scan. So when I log into Identify.web and I want to scan, all I got to do is look on the left-hand side of my screen once I do log in, and it says right here, from scanner. I do have the rights to scan. If not, that button would not even be there. Once you click on From Scanner, it's downloading the application, and it's going to show it to me on my screen. I'm going to be able to scan these documents. Now, what types of documents can I scan? That all depends on what rights you have access to. First off, I know I have the rights to scan because I'm able to click on that button, From Scanner. But then once the scanning program downloads, comes up on my screen in a few seconds, then I'm going to have to decide what type of documents am I actually going to be scanning. Okay, once the scanning program comes up, now I decide what types of documents do I want to scan. All I'm going to do is look in the top left-hand corner. Scan plans. Click on scan plans. What are the different scan plans that are available for me as a user? Now right now for this demo I'm signed on as an administrator, so I have full rights across all applications. I can scan into every single location that has been set up. Let's take a little bit further. Let's just say for training purposes I'm someone who scans into the loans database. Normally I would probably only see loans. I have no business to be scanning documents into HR, so HR should not be on my list. It's all tied to security. Now the security has nothing to do with the machine. It has to do with the person who's logging on to the program, onto Identify. Okay, so I do have the rights to scan into loans. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose loans BW, BW for black and white. Once I choose what scan plan I want to use, I'm ready to start scanning. But let's think of this in the real world. A lot of you all probably share scanners with different departments. Maybe your scanner is sitting in the loans department, but human resources uses it. The deposits people use it. And maybe accounting and financing and legal, where they want to scan their board reports or whatever documents you all are going to be scanning. Everybody can share the same scanner. The key here is to remember, what scan plan do you need to use? The last scan plan that I use or about to use is the loans. So if someone from HR comes up and wants to use their scanning software or this scanning software here, they're going to have to remember to go up to the top left, choose a scan plan, and choose HR. Remember, it's the last setting that was used. So just for our purposes, I'm going to put it back to loans, and now I'm ready to start scanning my documents. I click on Add. Now I'm ready to scan my documents. Now remember, I'm scanning barcoded and non-barcoded documents in the same pile. The first document that's going to be going through is a barcoded document. The next document is a non-barcoded document. A couple other documents coming through here. The documents will appear on the screen in a few seconds. Here comes the barcode separator sheet. So my documents have all been scanned. They come up on the screen. Now there's a couple things that I can do while I'm working with these documents. If you notice down at the bottom of the left-hand screen here, or near the middle at the bottom, I can see all the different pages that have been scanned. I can flip through all of these different documents, make sure everything's all nice and straight, make sure I got all the documents. I didn't accidentally scan any documents upside down. If I did accidentally scan any of these upside down, I got these tools up here where I can rotate the document if need be. Each click that I do is 45 degrees to the right, or clockwise. Going to the left, if I'm happy or unhappy with a certain document and I need to remove it, I simply just click on the remove button next to or on the document that I want to delete or remove from the batch. Replace. It does exactly what it intends to. It replaces the current document that's on the screen. I don't want this document here. I want to replace it with something else. I just simply put in the new document in the scanner, click on replace, the one on the screen goes away and gets replaced by the new scanned document. Insert. I can insert documents in front of the current document that's on the screen. If I accidentally make a mistake and I scan a group of documents and they were scanned out of order for any particular reason, I simply grab the documents out of the pile. Maybe I forgot to scan these. I want to insert them into a specific location. Okay? They're not in sequence order. I want to scan page 1 in front of page 2. I can do that. Okay? If I'm happy with everything, I can click on the complete button, and that's going to complete my entire batch for scanning. But there's one more option that I want to show you here at the bottom. All the way down at the bottom, there's different things that we can do as far as what we're looking at. I want to look at the documents in thumbnail view. I can change the thumbnail view by clicking on the other button to the right and make it large or make it small. The good thing we can do here is this is a good place to look for any documents that were not deleted, meaning the backs of these documents. A lot of scanners nowadays have the option to turn it on so it deletes the blank pages. Well, if the blank pages do not correctly get deleted, this is a good place to do it. You just basically click and choose which one you want to delete and hit remove. Yes, I want to remove that document out of the group of documents. Here's another place where you can see all the documents, and if you notice one that's upside down, same thing like we did before. You pick and choose which one you want to play with and click on rotate, and it will rotate the respective document. Last but not least, if you accidentally scan any documents out of order and you want to put them back in order and all of the documents have already been scanned, all I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the document and I'm putting my left mouse button down and I'm dragging over to the left hand side, and I want to put this document first. I just did a drag and drop. Not only can you do that with barcoded documents, but also non-barcoded documents. Let's look at another scenario that might play out for you all. I accidentally put this separator sheet in the wrong location. It's supposed to go 4 or 5 documents deep. I could do that as well. I could drag the barcode separator sheet and move it to the correct location. None of this stuff actually gets saved or moved or anything like that until you get completely out of the scanning program and save what you've done so far. So just to make this work properly, I'm going to put the barcode separator sheet back where it's supposed to be. Because looking at it this way, this document here is barcoded. This is a non-barcoded document. I need to separate those two or scan them separately. In this case, I scanned them all together, so that's why I have the separator sheet where it goes. Again, that's a generic barcode separator sheet. I can use that separator sheet for anything that I scan. It could be loans, deposits, HR documents, it does not matter, because what's in the barcode is just saying this document that's in front of it and after, they're different from each other. I need to separate them. No account number, no social, no tax ID in that barcode whatsoever. Again, it's a generic barcode. You can pre-print those on color paper. Have 50 or 60 or 100 of these pre-printed on color paper, like a light blue or a light yellow. Try and stay away from the darker colors like a dark blue or a red or a bright orange or a hot pink. You want to stay away from those because when you print a barcode on those types of documents, once that barcode document gets scanned, it actually makes the document dark and also the barcode dark, so you won't be able to separate your documents. Once you're happy with everything, you simply click on the complete button and that completely saves the entire batch. Clicking on the complete button, it saves your entire batch. Now we're ready to go on to the next stage, which is actually the indexing of these documents. So I'm basically done scanning. If I wanted to, I could continue scanning into the same scan plan, which was loans, or maybe I'm also responsible for scanning deposit documents, signature cards, or maybe accounting documents. Simple. All I need to do is stay connected, choose the appropriate scan plan, and continue on where I left off. But for this demo, we're basically just going to get out of the scanning program, and I'm ready to do the indexing, which is actually the next step.